Fun Warriors trivia question here for you guys. Who was the most overpaid NBA sideline reporter of all time? I could tell you guys, but instead, I'll just show y'all.
We introduce the most overpaid sideline reporter in the NBA history.
I'll take that crown, thank you very much.
Man, I'd take that job in a heartbeat if I could. Overpaid sideline reporter for the Warriors. Oh well. Anyway, back to business. Today, we'll go over some recent Golden State Warriors news, some of which may shock you. First off, predictions. News predictions, analyst predictions. Question for y'all. How do you all think the Warriors are going to do? Good? Great? Excellent? Well, a panel of ESPN experts, whoever they are, picked the Warriors to finish 6th in the West with a 48-34 record. That's kind of silly if you ask me. The Warriors finished 2021 with a 54% winning percentage, and they're pretty much saying that with the return of Klay, an improved Wiseman, and a better supporting cast overall, that the winning percentage will only increase to 58.5%? Last time I checked, April Fool's wasn't until the 1st of April, guys, so I am going to have to hard disagree with that. NBC Sports had them anywhere between 2nd and 4th in the West, which is a little more respectable. To be honest, I think they'll land anywhere between 1st and 3rd in the West, with a win-loss record of 58-24. Next off, let's see what a particular analyst thinks about how the Warriors will do next season. Zach Harper of The Athletic believes that towards the end of the 22 regular season, this Warriors team is going to be on the brink of contention, and whether or not they take that next big leap is going to hinge on two main factors, namely, will Klay be Klay, and will Wiseman have that next big jump in year 2?
Had a terrific night, 33-point, a long three for
3 fouls, but had 6 points. Draymond setting up the rookie, spin move inside, and the hammer.
I would tend to agree with that, because if those two factors come true, I don't see anyone really stopping this Warriors squad. Next off here, I want to talk about Moses Moody, the number 14 overall pick in the 2021 draft. The number 14 pick was recently able to catch a glimpse of Klay Thompson going through his shooting drills at practice and was just amazed.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
When he was asked what he was thinking when he saw Klay Thompson drill 3 after 3 after 3, this is what the young 19-year-old said. "I've got some work to do." He then went on to say, "Man, Klay's shot looks different in person. That was obviously my first time seeing it, but watching that repetition, that exact same shot every one. I mean, I sat there and watched him shoot for 20 minutes, and it didn't touch the rim a lot, I can tell you that." After praising Klay's game, he then went on to say that he cannot wait to start working with the Splash Brothers, as they were people he was studying real closely, especially during the Dynasty run from 2015 to 2019.
Capella very quiet. Game 6, took only 4 shots. Thompson
When it came to Draymond, well, Moody also studied his films real closely over the years.
Sitting there on Trey, this is defense, I think. Defense, I think.
And yep, Moody ain't looking forward to that. I'm just kidding, everyone. The young kid from Arkansas is totally excited about meeting the 2016 Defensive Player of the Year. In fact, he had this to say about Dre. "Honestly, I'm extremely excited. That's probably not to say the player I'm looking forward to the most, but I'm really excited to be his rookie. I'm from Little Rock. I'm not for all the sugarcoating. I'd rather have somebody who's gonna cut it to me straight. I feel like he's a real dude, real authentic dude, who's gonna be able to do that and have some love behind it." So yep, everything's going good with Moody, except when he meets Bob Myers, because it seems that the young rook may have ghosted Bob Myers, aka Nick Fury, the GM of the Warriors. Moody had this to say of that. "It was crazy because honestly, after the draft, your phone is going to be blowing up. I couldn't even scroll through all the messages. I kind of just said that I'm going to have to get back to people as soon as I can. At Summer League, maybe 3 weeks later, I'm going to finally go through and try to respond to everybody. And I see Bob Myers had texted me on draft night, and I hadn't responded." Oops. You don't ghost Nick Fury, right? I mean, look what happened to Spider-Man after he ghosted him.
You're a very difficult person to contact, Spider.
All jokes aside, silly trade rumors are still coming up of Ben Simmons and Pascal Siakam, and the trades want a whole lineup of Warriors, which include Wiggins, Wiseman, Kaminga, and Moody. To those trades, I say,
It's a rabbit! Silly rabbit! Kiss or forget!
In addition, it doesn't seem the Warriors are too keen on Darren Collison anymore. They're actually working out another guard, Ryan Arcidiacono. Oh, and it also seems that Isaiah Thomas is going to do a workout with the Warriors. Eventually, though, this last spot will most likely be a battle in training camp, with Gary Payton II taking that last roster spot. Unless, okay guys, there are rumors that perhaps the recently waived Marc Gasol might come over to the Warriors. But I don't want to speculate too much on a small rumor just yet. We'll have to wait more on the news and also see what happens in training camp. Next off comes the question of who's going to start at the center position, a second-year James Wiseman or Kevon Looney. Well, Bleacher Reports had this to say of the battle for the starting center position. While Looney isn't nearly as talented as the 2020 number 2 overall pick, the Warriors were far better with him at center last season. Looney only averaged 4.1 points and 5.3 rebounds in his 19 minutes per game, but the Warriors were 8.4 points per 100 possessions better with him on the floor. For a team that needs to stay in the playoff hunt while Klay Thompson continues to work his way back from an Achilles injury, overall effectiveness is more important than individual skills. At some point, Wiseman and his incredible upside might win the job, especially since he's set to return for the start at training camp following meniscus surgery. For now, Warriors head coach Steve Kerr may decide to stick with Looney and try and grind out as many early season wins as possible. Good thing Kevon's been working on his game as of late. I mean, he was the MVP of the Drew League just earlier this summer. Next off, let's move on to Steph Curry. The two-time MVP has been doing his regular off-season training, and sometimes with Andrew Wiggins. His stroke looks pretty smooth if you ask me. Anyway, when he's not doing basketball-related activities, the man lives and breathes golf. In fact, for the Ryder Cup, which happens just before training camp, Steph Curry, the two-time MVP, is actually going to be covering it as a deal between his company, Unanimous, and NBC Universal. So if you want to catch Curry doing a little bit of commentating like this,
and speak to the fight and the competitiveness in that locker room. Obviously, we're working through a 10-game losing streak, but
you know where to tune in. Curry had this to say about his second occupation. Our goal at Unanimous has always been to create content that is not only entertaining, but also uplifting and inspirational. It's incredible to imagine all the different ways we can make this vision come to life. Way to go, Chef. Doing good things both on and off the court. How can you not root for the man? Next off, let's talk about Jonathan Kaminga. He's supposed to be the future of the franchise, alongside James Wiseman. So let's take a look at what his development's going to be like this upcoming season, and how he'll be used. Chris Weems, a Warriors player development coach, had this to say of the number 7 overall pick. We did talk about him playing a little bit of center. We still want him to play on the wing, and play the 3 and the 4 for the most part, and work on his ball handling and his passing. But you can be effective as a 5. I mean, Draymond Green is a Hall of Famer. When asked if the young 18-year-old is too young and too raw, Weems had this to say: I don't think he's too raw. If anything, you add what he already brings to the table, like his physicality and his athleticism. Now we just need to raise his level of basketball IQ, and he's already a smart player. Right now, the versatility on defense, the ability to rebound against bigger, stronger guys, and then just figuring out a way to handle the ball better, and being able to create for others and shoot the ball better. Like, he's got the foundation built. It's just a matter of putting those fine touches on things. Man, I cannot wait to see Jonathan Kaminga in action alongside the rest of the young Warriors. One thing for sure, this year is going to be a highlight reel of three-point splashes and acrobatic dunks. Speaking of three-point splashes, have you ever wondered why Steph Curry is so different from other point guards around the league? You can watch it right here. And it's not just the shooting, if that's what you said. It's a big video, guys, full of good stuff. Anyway, click the video, guys, watch it, and like always, I'll see you on the other side.